There's been a major development shaking the NBA world, especially for fans of the Boston Celtics. While the Summer League continues to unfold with all its excitement, a huge piece of news has emerged about Damian Lillard and the Celtics' intentions to bring him into their fold. This isn't just typical off-season chatter. This is something real and substantial, with solid reports confirming that Jason Tatum himself is actively recruiting Lillard to join Boston. The fact that a star player like Tatum is personally involved speaks volumes about how serious the Celtics are about this move and what they envision for their future. What makes this story even more intriguing is the nature of the deal the Celtics are reportedly pursuing. This isn't about signing Lillard for just a single year or a short-term contract. Instead, Boston is looking at a multi-year agreement that will give Damian time to fully recover from his torn Achilles injury, which is expected to sideline him for the entirety of the upcoming season. They're betting on the long game, not just what Lillard can do now, but what he'll bring to the team once he's back to full strength. The idea is to build around a core that includes Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Lillard himself, creating a powerhouse lineup that could dominate the Eastern Conference and contend for championships in the seasons ahead. The connection between Tatum and Lillard isn't just about basketball chemistry. It's a relationship built through shared experiences, particularly from their time playing together on Team USA. That bond seems to be fueling Tatum's enthusiasm to get Lillard on board with the Celtics. Both players are facing long rehab journeys from serious injuries, and there's a belief that going through the recovery process together could not only strengthen their friendship, but also set the foundation for a formidable partnership on the court. It's a compelling narrative. Two of the NBA's premier guards working side by side, pushing each other to regain peak form, and then leading a team that has championship aspirations. Of course, Boston isn't the only team interested in Damian Lillard. Reports have indicated that other contenders like the Golden State Warriors and Los Angeles Lakers are also in the mix, showing interest in the veteran guard. However, Lillard's situation is unique. He's starting a lengthy rehabilitation process, which means there's no rush for him to commit to any team immediately. Financially, he's secure, so he can take his time and weigh his options, carefully focusing on what's best for his health and career longevity. Meanwhile, the Celtics face the challenge of figuring out how to make room for Lillard on their roster and structuring a contract that reflects both his current circumstances and future potential. This multi-year contract approach is crucial because it shows Boston's commitment to Lillard beyond just a one-year prove-it deal. The team is willing to invest in his long-term recovery and eventual return as a key contributor. This adds layers of complexity to the negotiations, as they need to balance the financial terms with the risk involved in signing a player coming off a major injury. For the Celtics, it's about finding the right structure, possibly a 1+1 deal with player or team options that offers flexibility while also securing a player who could be transformative once healthy. Looking at the Celtics' current roster, adding Lillard would shake things up in interesting ways. Derek White is currently the starting point guard, with Peyton Pritchard and Anthony Simons providing depth off the bench. Bringing in Lillard would not only add star power, but could also shift roles and minutes across the board. If he's able to come back during the season or even late in the next one, his impact could be significant, providing a boost when the team needs it most in playoff pushes. The potential synergy with Tatum and Brown is what makes this such an exciting prospect for Celtics fans. Three top-tier talents who, if healthy and synchronized, could form one of the deadliest trios in the league. Age is certainly a factor in these considerations. Lillard will be 36 by the time he's fully recovered and ready to compete again. That naturally raises questions about how many years Boston can realistically expect from him at a high level. Still, when you look at his skills, leadership, and past performances, it's clear that even at that age, he can be a game changer. The Celtics see the value in taking this calculated risk, especially given the financial terms that might be more favorable than what you'd expect for a player of Lillard's caliber. This opportunity to get a star of his stature, potentially at a bargain compared to his prime years, makes the move even more appealing. Damian Lillard's recent history tells a story of a player who's still capable of dominating games, putting up big numbers. Last season with Milwaukee, despite some injury setbacks and playoff disappointments, he averaged around 24 points per game. His time alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo showcased his ability to adapt and contribute in a different system, even if it wasn't the perfect fit. The experience he brings, along with his scoring ability and clutch gene, make him an ideal complement to Boston's style of play. The fit seems natural, and it's hard to argue against the logic of adding a player who can shoulder a big offensive load alongside Tatum and Brown. Of course, signing Lillard isn't as simple as putting pen to paper. The Celtics would need to clear roster space and potentially make tough decisions regarding other players. The team's depth chart is already packed with talent, and moves involving players like Sam Hauser and Anthony Simons could be necessary to accommodate Lillard. Those decisions will shape the roster dynamics and impact the team's chemistry. Going forward, it's a delicate balancing act between managing contracts, playing time, and the overall vision for the team's future. Reports from insiders in Vegas during the Summer League have reinforced the idea that Boston is a serious and attractive destination for Lillard. The consensus among NBA insiders is that the Celtics want to keep Tatum and Brown together no matter what, and adding Lillard could elevate that core to another level. While trade rumors continue to swirl around some Celtics players, the focus remains on maintaining that championship contending nucleus. The buzz about Lillard has been consistent, with multiple sources confirming mutual interest between player and team, and Tatum's active role in recruiting him adds credibility to these developments. For Celtics fans, the prospect of seeing Damian Lillard on the green jersey is thrilling. A player with his talent, leadership, and competitive fire joining a team that's already loaded with stars could be the missing piece to push Boston over the edge in the coming years. The journey ahead will depend on Lillard's recovery, the contract details, and how the roster shapes up. But the foundation is being laid for what could be an exciting new chapter in Celtics history. As the Summer League progresses, it will be fascinating to watch how the Celtics continue to maneuver in the market. The team is keeping a close eye on young talent and making strategic moves while simultaneously working behind the scenes on this potential blockbuster signing. The combination of Tatum, Brown, and Lillard could redefine the Eastern Conference landscape and reignite Boston's championship ambitions with a renewed sense of purpose and firepower. As the buzz around Damian Lillard's possible move to Boston continues to build, it's important to take a closer look at the implications this signing could have for both Lillard and the Celtics on a deeper level. Beyond the surface excitement of landing a star player, there are numerous strategic layers that Boston will have to navigate carefully to make this vision a reality. One of the biggest questions is how the Celtics plan to manage Lillard's rehabilitation and reintegration into the lineup. Recovering from a torn Achilles is no small feat, especially for an elite-level guard whose game depends heavily on quickness, agility, and sharp shooting. The Celtics' medical and training staff will play a critical role here, crafting a recovery plan that maximizes Lillard's chances of returning to his previous form while minimizing the risk of setbacks. This rehabilitation journey will likely be a gradual process involving a lot of patience from everyone involved. Lillard won't be rushing back into the lineup as soon as next season starts. Instead, the focus will be on building strength, conditioning, and confidence step by step. Having Jason Tatum going through a similar recovery process at the same time could create a unique dynamic in the Celtics locker room and practice sessions. Both players can push each other, share insights, and offer emotional support, which could speed up their respective recoveries. This kind of camaraderie and shared goal could also translate to the court once they're both ready to compete at full strength, potentially leading to a chemistry that few teams in the league will be able to match. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In what's shaping up to be one of the most surprising whispers of the NBA offseason, the Boston Celtics may be eyeing a bold move that could shake up their championship roster. According to murmurs around league circles, the Celtics are showing serious interest in Los Angeles Clippers center Ivica Zubac, a potential acquisition that has fans and insiders alike raising eyebrows. Though no official confirmation has emerged, several sources have hinted that Boston's front office is exploring ways to bolster their interior presence, even after clinching the 2024 NBA title. Zubac, a 7-footer known for his rebounding tenacity, rim protection, and efficient finishing around the basket, could bring a different kind of toughness to the Celtics' already elite defensive unit. The question on everyone's mind is simple. Why now? The Celtics just completed a dominant postseason run with their core: Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and Derek White, seemingly locked in. But with Al Horford nearing 40 and Robert Williams III and Eddie Wayne Finding's injury history still lingering in Boston's rearview mirror, the idea of adding a durable and consistent big like Zubac suddenly doesn't seem so far-fetched. Some insiders speculate that trade discussions have already taken place, with whispers of draft picks and rotational pieces being floated in potential packages. Zubac's contract, which runs through 2026, makes the logistics of such a move feasible, if, of course, the Celtics are willing to part with some depth or future assets. While the Clippers haven't publicly expressed a desire to move Zubac, they are entering a transitional period with James Harden's free agency and Kawhi Leonard's uncertain health status. A reshuffling in LA could make such a deal more realistic than it seems on paper. For now, it's all speculation, but if these rumblings hold any weight, the reigning champs might not be done building, and the Eastern Conference could be looking at an even more formidable Green Giant come next season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.